Today I'm going to show you how to record a Flipgrid response. First I'll show you just the basics, how to record and submit, and then I'll go into some more advanced features. So to begin, probably the most likely place you'll find a Flipgrid assignment is in your Google Classroom. If I go to classwork here, I can see that my teacher added a Flipgrid assignment. When I click on it here, I see the Flipgrid link, so I can just click on it and then it'll take me to Flipgrid and I need to join with Google. So I'll click right there and then I should see my name here and I'll click on it. And now I'm here in the Flipgrid assignment. The other way you can do it is if you open another tab and then go to flipgrid.com. Maybe your teacher gave you a join code. So if your teacher gave you a code to type in, this is where you would click to type it in. So for example, mine was Islas 1921. And then I'm going to either click on this little arrow or click enter on my keyboard. And then you do the same thing, join with Google and choose your name. And now I'm in the Flipgrid assignment. So what you would need to do is at the top, you'll always see the name of the assignment and the directions. So you want to read the directions and then think about what you're going to say when you record your video. In this case, it tells me to think of 2 truths about myself and 1 lie. I could click here on record a response or down here to record a response as well. So now that I'm ready, I'm going to click the button and then I can see myself here. And when I'm ready, I can click on this video camera to start recording. It counts down 3, 2, 1. And now I would record my answer for my teacher. When I'm done, I click on this pause button right here. Now I'm ready to click next. As soon as I click next, it's going to start playing the video I recorded, so I could check it to see if it's okay. You can click on the screen here. That way you can click on pause if you need to. So I clicked on the screen and then I clicked there, and you could keep playing it if you want. Once you're done, if that looks okay, I can click next. But if I didn't like the video, if I want to record it again, I could click close and then say confirm to delete it. In this case, I think it was okay, so I'm going to click cancel and I'm going to go to next. So if your video was okay, you just click next and then it should say my name right here. You could update it if you need to, so I'm going to put Janie here and then submit. And when it's done processing, you'll see some fireworks. So now the video is done and I just click complete. And so you should see it pop up here. If you don't see it in a few seconds, you could click on this little curly arrow here, the refresh button. So let's try it. And now I see it right there. So my video is done. And that's the basics of how to record a response. Now let's look at some advanced features. One thing that I really like about Flipgrid is this immersive reader. So if you need help reading the directions, you can always click on this little symbol here, and then it'll load the text, and you can click on this play button for it to read it to you. So it was just reading it to me, and I could click there to pause it. I could also click on some words to kind of see what the definition is. It has a picture dictionary. So for example, there it says record and there's different images. I could click here to listen to how to pronounce that word. And you have a few more options here. So down here next to the play button, there's the voice settings. So you could change how fast or how slow it reads it to you. Maybe you need to hear it a little slower. You could change the voice to female or male. And then you could just click the play button to try it out. You could click on these A's right here to change some of the text. So maybe if it's easier for you to read with a black background, you could change the background. You could also change the text size. So maybe you need it bigger to make it easier to read. Here are some grammar options. So let's say, for example, you're studying nouns or verbs. You could turn one of these on and it'll highlight all the nouns, for example. And the last one here is the reading preferences. This is a really cool section here where you can actually translate it. So maybe if it's in English, but you want to see what it says in Spanish, I could go to choose language and then look for Spanish. And so here it is. And then if I toggle on this document, that means it's going to translate the whole document. It's going to translate the whole page. So I'm going to turn that on. And now this is in Spanish, and I could have it read to me in Spanish if I click play. And I can click on this original button to go back and see it in English. If I go back to Spanish, now that I've translated it, I could click on it now and I see it in English and in Spanish, the words, and I could listen into it in English or in Spanish. And when I want to get out of this screen, I just click on that back button right here. It says exit when I mouse over it. So now let's click on record a response and see some of the extra features in here. And now let's look at some of these features that are on the bottom here. So if I just want to use some effects, I can go down and click on this button, and then I see filters, frames, emojis, text, drawing. You could use a whiteboard, you could add photos. There's a lot of fun things you could do. So I'm going to click on filters, and then you could click around here to change kind of the color, right? And if you don't want to be seen, the pixelation one is pretty good. I think I'll stick with this one. And if you wanted to get rid of it, you could click this button here. I'm going to click on effects to see what else I can do. Frames kind of looks like this. So you could choose one that you like. I'll choose that one and then go to effects again. Or I could clear the frame like that. If I click on effects and then click on emoji, you should see all the emojis populate here to choose from. But if you don't see them, you could always do a search right here. So for example, I could search for face, and then I could see what types of faces I could put. So maybe I want to cover my face, I'll put this one, and then I could drag here on the corner to make it bigger, or here on the side, it would stretch it out, right? So maybe I want to cover my face. Maybe I'm shy and I don't want someone to see me here. So you could do that as well. Another thing you could do is at the very top, once I have it selected in blue here, I can rotate it if I need to. And I could duplicate it with this button. So if I click on it to select it, if I click that, it'll make another one. If I want to delete it, I could just click the backspace or delete key on my keyboard, or I could click on that little trash can. Another thing you could do is add text. So if I click here, I could choose what I want it to look like, and then it adds this little box, and I could type something there. I can actually move it around, but I can't do it until I click out of the box. So now when I mouse over it, I see those crosshairs that look like a plus, and that means I can drag it around. The next effect is drawing. So here I could use the slider to choose the color that I want. Let's do pink. And then, oops, I didn't choose the thickness. So you could make a line thicker or more thin. So let's try really thick so you could see what that looks like. And then I'll draw a little happy face. And that is the drawing tool. And then the next one here is the whiteboard. So you have a few different choices. I could do a grid, like for math. It kind of looks like I have too much stuff here on the screen for me to do anything on the whiteboard. So I'm going to show you how to delete this. Um, if you go to this button, it'll clear everything on the page. It'll delete all these emojis, the writing, and everything. I can also undo or redo. Those are some more options. So I'm going to go ahead and click clear, and then everything's gone. So now I'm here on this whiteboard. I'll show you if I go back to boards, I could choose some more different kinds of boards that you could write on. I'm going to choose this blackboard, and then you'll see this split screen slider. So if you want to appear here talking about what you're writing about, you can leave this window open, but maybe you want to make it smaller, or maybe you want to get rid of it completely. So you could choose how big do you want your whiteboard and your camera view. I'm going to slide it all the way to the side. And then I'm going to try writing. So I can't write anything on here until I go back to that drawing tool and select a color. So now I can write here. So I'm going to write 3. Oops, maybe that's too thick. I can change it here. So I'll do 3 times 4. And then I can draw or show my thinking, show my teacher how I'm going to figure it out. Um, let's clear that. And then the last one here is photo. So I think here, if you're on a Chromebook, you should be able to find in your Google Drive some photos that you've saved. I'm on my computer, so maybe on my PC. So let's see if I can add a picture from my PC. Here's one of my cat. And so I can adjust that. So if you had some kind of photo in your Google Drive, you could find it and add it as well. And I like this one because it's a PNG. That means it has a clear background. So you could search for some PNGs and save to your Google Drive and then add it. And let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to get rid of the whiteboard. I'll go to boards and then get rid of it. And then maybe I want my cat to sit on my shoulder. And that's how you can add a picture. So all of those tools I just showed you, you could use them before recording. Like right now I'm not recording. Or once you start recording, you'd still have all those same options. Let's record a little bit just to see what else I can do. So now I'm recording my response to my teacher. And then when I'm done, I can click pause here and then click next, right, to watch the preview. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. And oops, let's say I forgot to introduce myself or say, something, answer one of my teacher's questions. If that happens, you can click on add more. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then when I'm ready, click record. 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name's Janie, and I'm going to tell you 2 truths and a lie. And then you could click pause and click next. So now I paused it just so that I could talk. Now I see that I have 2 clips here. And so I could play to remind myself, what was it I said here? What was it I said there? I could drag this little playhead around. So maybe I want to start here. So I dragged it there. So it sounds like this should go first. So you can actually click on it and drag it to change the order. And you could make as many recordings as you need to, up to whatever the time limit is that your teacher gave you. In Flipgrid, you can record up to 10 minutes if that's what your teacher chose. So that's how you drag clips around. You can also edit the clips. What if I made a mistake in the beginning of this clip? I can click on it, and now, so once I click on it, I can see that there's these little bars at the beginning and the end. So I can actually click and drag so I can cut out part of the beginning. So maybe right here, I want to cut that out. And maybe I need to cut out a little bit at the end. Maybe I also made a mistake there. I can drag and then say confirm, like, yes, that's what I want to cut out. And then it takes me back to the screen where I could see all of the clips. And then if I'm satisfied, if that looks perfect, then I can click next. When you're done recording, not only can you change your name here, but if your teacher allowed it, you can also add a link here. So if you have a link to some of your work, you could just paste it right there. And you can add a title if you want. Some more options here would be to change your thumbnail. So if I don't like this picture, I could click here to select a frame. So I can move this little playhead around. I can just drag it. And then I could try to find a place where I want it to stop. So if I'm making a funny face, maybe I don't want it there. I'll just put it here and then click confirm. And so it changes my picture. Or I could take a selfie if I don't like this one, because this will be the thumbnail that other people see. So I can click take a selfie and then I can pose however I want. And then before I click confirm, I can mirror the selfie. That means it'll kind of flip it around. Or I could add some effects. So if I could go to emoji, and it should, oh, here we go. It should populate all the emojis here. And you'll see that there's some different menus here. So I could click on accessories, and then there's some fun things I can add to my picture. I can go back to effects to add some more. Um, there's reactions, magic, a lot of different ones. I like accessories the most. They're fun. So, ooh, I like this pirate hat. I think I'll put that on. And then when I'm ready, I can click confirm. And you could also upload a photo if you want. Let's see what add name tag does. So maybe I want it to be like that. Also click confirm. So if you didn't want a picture, you could just put your name like that. So I'm going to click submit and then complete. And there's a few more things you could do before you click complete. I could download my video, or I could download my selfie if I want to. I could even share the link to my video. Now I'm going to click complete. Let's look at a couple more features here. So another thing you can do when you're recording is you have a couple options up here. Show topic. That'll just remind you what you're supposed to be talking about. So you could look at that and then hide it by clicking on the button again. And you could add a sticky note if you need to. Under options here, you can actually upload a video that you took somewhere else. So if I click there, I can find the file in Google Drive and add it. Another useful option here is the record screen function. So if I want to record myself showing something on my computer, I could use that. So for example, if I click on it, it says start screen recording. And then I have to click on the picture of my screen, or I could choose a certain tab that I have open if I just want to record that. I'm going to go ahead and click entire screen. And for example, maybe I want to show how to use Google Slides. So I'm going to click share, and then it counts 3, 2, 1. And then I could start talking. I'm going to show you how to use Google Slides. First, go to new, and then open slides. Okay, so let's pretend that I'm done recording. So here it says flipgrid.com is sharing your screen. I could click stop sharing, and then now that I went back to this Flipgrid tab, I could see the video is playing. And so I can see exactly what I recorded here. So there's me going to my Google Drive. And I could click the play button here. And if that looks okay, I just click next, just like when you make a video in Flipgrid, any other video, and then submit. So that's how you add a screencast. So now that you know how to record a response, let's look at how to comment. I'm going to click on this video so that I can watch it. And I can see here right now there's 0 comments and 1 like. So let's click on it. And I can pause it right here if I need to. One thing to notice is up here, it says up next. So once this video is done, it's going to play one video after the other. It's going to keep playing all of them. If I go down a little bit, I can see add a text comment. So if I just want to type, and if the teacher has enabled this, I could type a comment. So maybe I'll put great video. And then I can click on this little arrow here to post it. It says submit your comment. If I want to record a video response, I can click on that little video camera. And now you can record just like when you recorded your own response. I'll click here. Great video. I think your lie was that you have a dog. And then I clicked pause, and then I submit the video, next, next, confirm, and then, right, it's posting my comment. So now I see that there's a video comment here, but she still can't see it until I click this little arrow, submit your comment. So now when I go to that person's video, I can see there's a video comment and there's also a text comment. So you might use one or the other or both. And that's how to comment. Let's go back and look. I'm going to click on the title here to go back to that grid. And so now I should see now there's 2 comments and there's 1 like. I can click right here to like a video, or if I'm within here, I could have clicked right here to like the video as well. And that's everything you need to know about Flipgrid. Have fun!